Hello folks, so in the last few days Sim Update 13 has dropped, and during its beta period I was hearing that the sim was running slightly better under Sim Update 13, so I wanted to do some testing of my own to investigate. So as for my system, I'm running an AMD 5600X CPU along with an NVIDIA 3070. I have 32GB of DDR4 3600CL16 memory, and the sim is running on a Samsung 980 Pro Gen 4 SSD. As for the graphics settings, I'm running the sim at 1080p at the Ultra preset with some tweaks. And the tweaks are grass and bushes I've set to high, ray march reflections are set to high, shadow maps 1024 and texture super sampling is at 4x4. Now under the Ultra preset, the terrain level of detail defaults to 200, so I tested in that and also reran the test with it set to 100 just to see if there are any differences by halving the terrain level of detail. Alright, let's jump into the numbers. So, short final at JFK is always tough. While you can't see the numbers, I can say that further out on the approach, the frames were higher, more like in the high 30s, briefly crossing over 40 into, only to 41, but I'll take it nevertheless. So already we can see a trend here that Sim Update 13 has the edge over Sim Update 12. Not by massive margins, only 5 FPS, but when we're talking about frame rates in the 20s and 30s, 5 FPS actually becomes not insignificant. Looking at the frames now we've touched down, you can see that the Sim Update 13 seems to recover quickly, getting back up to near the 30s, where Sim Update 12 does seem to struggle. Again, I want to stress I did multiple runs, as I know, the sim can be quite quirky sometimes, and these numbers were consistent across all of those runs. Setting the terrain level of detail down to 100 sees a similar story. Sim Update 13 is consistently outperforming Sim Update 12. Never much beyond 5 FPS, but at the end of the day, 5 FPS is 5 FPS, and as a percentage, when you're dealing with 20 and 30 FPS frame numbers, is actually kind of worth having. Especially when you consider that 5 FPS gets you over the 30 frames a second line more consistently. So I've said it once and I'll say it again, unlike twitchy first-person shooters like Counter-Strike, etc., where I would take hundreds of frames a second, the sim is kind of different. A stable, locked 30 gives a really nice experience, and if Sim Update 13 helps to achieve that more often, it gets a big 2 thumbs up from me. So there it is, folks. Thank you very much for watching. If you found the video useful, please leave us a like. It'd be a huge help for the video and for the channel. Subscribe for more and be sure to hit the bell icon so that way you get notified when we drop new videos and, of course, when we go live on the channel for our full flights. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, happy flying.